Oh,
We're going live. I just need to check that we're actually on. So it says it's broadcasting. So welcome, my Italian beautiful ladies, wonderful friends, Esther and Fiammetta. Welcome to England. Welcome to the virtual world. Hello.
hello, Tonelli. Cheers from Italy.
Hey, ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao, Bella.
Ciao, amore.
We're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna have some fun because I would like to ask you firstly, Fiammetta, your experience of love in lockdown. I hear that you've had a couple of offers during this time.
Well, first of all, I am a single woman, and yes, I was offered by two guys they wanted to be locked down inside me during the lockdown. Actually, and it was fun to me because you basically are asked out for dinner, or maybe to go out on theater play, but this was quite new. They wanted to come and be locked down with me, and I guess inside me, and that was fun.
Oh.
That was fun. That was fun. I felt like, oh my God, I am very comfortable. So I guess that having to pick someone to spend such a particular time with, you may want someone who is fun, joyful, fun, fun, and
and fun.
fun. So that was very pleasing to me. I thought, wow, I must be fun.
Yay.
On the other hand,
you turned down these offers, though, Fiammetta.
On the other hand, it's it takes two for the tango. So of course I was fun, but me myself, I wanted to have fun. So I'd rather chose to buy a sex toy instead and have fun with myself.
You have totally
heard. Okay.
It's getting, well, actually, I thought that it was nice. The idea of spending such a particular time with somebody, not alone by myself, it was actually a nice idea. But I wouldn't, I thought I didn't want to spend time to make somebody else happy. I just wanted to be sure I was happy too. So if I asked myself what would make me happy, what would be fun to me in such a particular time, I would say that I love to explore new places, new people, new human beings. So I wouldn't choose somebody I already know to spend time with. I'd rather choose someone I have to discover,
And is that what led you to looking online and finding a virtual lover?
Well, actually, I didn't look online. I didn't look for it. Happened, I guess that.
How? It doesn't just happen. You don't just get a virtual lover. How did this happen?
Well, let's say that you can look for something or someone being aware of it, or you can either be open and let things happen. Okay, let's say that I wasn't looking, but you know, in this very time where everyone was, I would say, more open to also relate to other people, because we are locked down, so we cannot meet people, let's say, naturally, the regular way, you know, going to the grocery or
Well,
going out on the bus.
how did you meet him the irregular way then, Fiammetta? How did this happen? Come on.
The irregular way. Well, let's say that I met this guy by sharing information on the internet, like on Facebook. So, you know, commenting the same articles, or maybe, you know, finding out that we had the same point of view on things. So
it's more of an
Coming out.
emotional connection.
yes.
Affinity.
Excuse me, it wasn't somebody that said, I am looking for a beautiful Italian wife because I want to come and live in your country.
I want to come and live in your place.
You're welcome, Jenny. Scam.
When you were commenting on these posts, did you look at his profile and think, or did
That's
you?
That's a very good question, because actually interesting things happen in that way. Because of course, the first thing I did when I read interesting things, interesting comments, the first thing I said was, "Oh wow, looks like interesting intelligence right there. Let's go find out more."
I thought you were going to say, looks like James Bond, or looks like a superhero of mine.
Well,
he looked intelligent. Did he have the?
If intelligence is a superhero.
Nowadays, yes.
Well, it was nowadays. Yes.
Nowadays, yes.
Well, he was intelligent. I mean, his comments were intelligent stuff, ironic. So they're both things very interesting. So I went out for more and find out more. And when I went to his Facebook page, it was actually very different from my kind of, the kind of men I'm usually attracted to.
So come on then, what's the kind of men you're normally attracted to, Fiammetta?
Okay.
Let's
can you write for those who are interested, maybe in the article, maybe you can write us what you're looking for normally.
Esther, isn't it? Because we do have a kind of ghost lover in mind, don't we? We do have a kind of type that we think we're going to go for. When we're attracted, I think what Fiammetta is saying, she was attracted emotionally first, and then thought, oh, this isn't the usual physiology that I'm usually attracted to. The emotional content and the connection was more. Is that true, Fiammetta?
The interesting part was that one. The first thing that attracted me, which is different from when you walk in the street and maybe you look at someone, you first get attracted to the look. In this case, I was attracted to, the mind, the
content.
Content.
Not
the packaging.
Not the packaging, but the content. Yes.
If the packaging was, ugly, would you still have pursued the relationship on an intellectual level?
Well, I mean, the packaging in this case, the packaging wasn't like so glowing as the packaging that usually I feel attracted to. The packaging was, let's say, very, very basic, very simple. Okay. Let's say that I wouldn't have bought the item for the packaging. If I was in a shop, if I was in a store, I wouldn't even stop by that packaging.
I have to tell you too, because you probably don't have it over there. There's a program here that's very popular, and it's called Naked Attraction. And this is a show where, let's say it's a lady and she's attracted to men. There would be, I think it's 6 men in cubicles, different colors. And as the lady is watching, because they're covered with a door, and the door slowly lifts, so the woman sees the man's legs. Do you like these legs? Well, which legs do you like the best? And then they see the genitals. Which one? Yes.
Outrageous.
So
Oh my God.
Now you
say that Italians are hot, but as I can see,
you have to see this. It must be on YouTube. So that the lady then has to choose between the genitals, which one to delete, which one to go. And then they come up to the chest. Do you like hairy chests? Oh, I don't know. And then they have to get one to go. And then it comes up to the face. And the face is usually a surprise because, on the genitals. There's a face attached to these genitals. It's so weird. And then they end up with 2. Let's say it's a lady choosing, because men choose 2. And it might be a lady choosing a lady, but this is a lady, say, choosing a man.
Okay.
And at the end, there are 2 people left, 2 potential mates, and so they're there completely naked, and then she has to go, take off her clothes, and come back completely naked. So she's standing there with these 2 naked men, and she has to choose between them.
Extreme, I would say.
Extreme.
This is the interesting thing. When they go on a date, then they're fully clothed. They've chosen each other, or the lady's chosen the man. They go on a date with their clothes on, and they don't really like each other anymore. I don't know why I picked you, because the emotional connection isn't there. They've chosen them on the genitals usually.
Oh.
So,
they put the last thing first.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like to start when usually we finish.
It's like
the last thing that we normally discover is the first thing that is shown. That's very interesting, this approach.
So, Esther, how important is the face in attraction? Just the face.
Of course, it's very important, the face in the attraction, but sometimes makes us to make some errors, because something is our ideal man or woman, and something is the person that we meet is. Normally, we are attracted from the lines and the design that are corresponding to our ideal man or woman. Or sometimes maybe we are not aware of this, but we are attracted from a need that is that we are not aware of. I mean, maybe I have I have a need, a love need, and maybe I can strictly and immediately recognize in the face and in the body of the person the possibility that this need can be satisfied.
Okay.
So you say that.
I give an example. Sometimes, let's make this example. Maybe you are looking for love romantic affair, really romantic. But maybe our inner child or inside of us, we don't need, in fact, a romantic love. Maybe we need maybe an adult love. Maybe we need a person that guides us, a person we can trust of. Then we are moved from this idea of romantic love, but in fact, we are choosing a man or a woman that has got the lines of trust and guide. For example, if we are looking for a man or a woman that are very determined, strictly in action, so maybe person that are living totally their values, or maybe we can say the masculine, you know.
I'm going to interrupt you, Esther. I'm going to interrupt you now because we have our three faces to play with here. Whose face do you want to choose so you can say some character traits about the face?
Yes, okay.
Because from what you said, I don't think I'm the character type that you've just described. So if we were to use my face as an example, oh dear, what would you think? What could you tell the?
I can use both your face if you want.
Sorry?
I can use both your face if you want. As an example, and I think it's a good idea, Jenny. You're a genius because, in fact, you have different energies. Fiammetta, as you can see, she has a rounded face, but very compact. What this means? That she is capable of dreaming. She's capable of embracing you and making you caresses. But this tonicity tells us that Fiammetta, she's a strong woman, so she's really aware about what she wants from men. So it is like in Fiammetta, there are these two energies, the power of the simplicity. I mean, yes or not too many words, yes or not.
Are you calling him
at the same time? Make me in the same time in the face of Fiammetta is written, please make me dream.
Is it so
make me dream, but in the way I want to dream. So I'm inviting you to play my game. You understand? If you are playing my game in the way I want to play, then you will have all the moon that is inside of me. If not, you will have just we can say, a very strong communication, you know? And this can be seen in Fiammetta's face, that she also learned to be very clear. Because in her youth, I suppose that she was very gentle. She was trying to how can I say, to give a flower to the partner.
To please.
Now, yes. So yes. Now she is asking before the flower she needs.
See, that's true. Actually,
so no more flowers for you. Now it's time for my flowers.
See.
So she really learned how to be clear in her intention. So the man cannot fall in a misunderstood.
Actually, I rejected 2 men and I chose a sex toy instead. That's very clear. Okay, what about Jenny? I'm curious about Jenny's face.
Jenny, it was starting. It is interesting because the source, the beginning was the same. Even Jenny was very sensitive at the beginning in her youth when she was young. She was very tiny, maybe shiny.
Shy.
delicate and sensitive.
Yep.
Yes, but look at her face now. It's rectangular. You can see. So even now, Jenny has learned how to be determined and how to be the man she is looking for. So
Wow.
she has integrated the man that haven't satisfied her dreams inside of her. So she has cultivated the man she's looking for in herself.
Oh, that's so interesting, because I'd heard before that we're looking for the qualities in another that we don't have, and that's how kind of opposites attract. And so me not being able to find mine, I've had to kind of embody those qualities. Do you think then, Esther, we get to the point where we think, I don't need no man because I've got those qualities anyway? What do you think about that idea?
Yes, maybe there is an idea like this. Maybe there is a thought that has circulated in your mind for many years. I don't need a man. So I sufficient to myself. I can, yes, but in fact, we are living in the nature, and we know that in the nature, the masculine and the feminine are necessary for life.
One another. And I would say another thing. It is very important to know that, of course, we are in the nature and we are meant to be together. At the very same time, what you were saying, Esther, about Jenny, I think it's awesome, because most of the people, most of us mainly, feel like they are lacking the other one. They are lacking something, someone. I need another one. I need the other one. I need the other one to complete me. Instead, what you are reading on Jenny's face makes me think that, wow, she's done quite a job on herself, because now
exactly,
she's whole. And that means not that you won't find a man, Jenny, because you integrated him.
Yes.
It means to me that now you are ready to meet the man. And you will meet a man that's whole as you are. So that is actually a wonderful point of, a wonderful level of awareness, of self-awareness and self-evolution, I believe.
Well, let's play with that idea then, Esther. What sort of man would you choose for Fiammetta and for me? Come on.
Better. What should, knowing Esther, what type of women we are, what signs should we look for in a man's face to recognize the proper one? I'm curious.
This is embarrassing me. It's very deep. Okay.
Where should I look? What should I look for in the face?
You can concentrate on Fiammetta, because I don't want any of that bodily fluid stuff. I'm past all of that. I've evolved. I just want a sphere of light. That's all I want.
Well, I would love you, Jenny. Let me tell you. If I was a man, I would love
you, Fiammetta. But you normally are looking for very tonic people, very performance men, even aesthetic and muscles, and yes, you need exactly the opposite.
Well, so look,
so if you want to find a man that can really integrate the woman you are today, maybe it should be better for you to look for rounded shapes.
Okay.
Not so tonic. I'm sorry.
Did your virtual
so
lover have
Tony.
a rounded face?
You need a pillow.
Did your virtual lover have a rounded face, Fiammetta?
Well, my virtual love had not a rounded face, actually.
Was
And
it nipples?
what?
No.
It was an average. It was average, and actually, he has a particular face. He has a very peculiar face. So I'm interested though in what Esther is saying, because as we were saying before, if I had to buy for the packaging, actually I'm actually attracted to a specific packaging. But this virtual relationship told me and taught me that maybe inside a different kind of packaging, there is something that's even more convenient for me, as it was this virtual relationship.
Well, this is a very good point, Fiammetta, because we do have a question. We have a question from Marco here. Marco says, very related to what you've just said, Fiammetta. Question: the fashion industry and social media have completely changed the way we approach the other people based on, say, 9 out of 10 on the physicality aspect. So my question is how the human being can go back to the point where we can go beyond the physical aspect and get to the core. Isn't that something related to what you were just saying, Fiammetta, really?
Well, I guess so. And I actually believe that this is one of the wonderful things that this lockdown time is bringing to us as an opportunity. Because being forced, let's say so, being forced to stay locked in and to look for a different way to get to relate to one another, and being in such a particular emotional situation lets us open doors that otherwise we wouldn't. You know, during lockdown, we are forced to face our truth. For example, during lockdown, we're not able to go to the hairdresser. Most of us has the hair, you know, going back, white hair, and no, you know, taking away the facial hair and things like that. So in a way, lockdown is, you know, forcing us to go back in touch to our reality. And I wouldn't exclude, or better, I would encourage and I hope that outside this lockdown time tunnel, we are eventually, hopefully, and beautifully discovering a new standard of beauty. As through history, the standards of beauty have changed through time. So now we have the great opportunity to go back to human, go back to reality, because in this very moment, I don't need a physically handsome man. In a moment like this, I need somebody who is able to stay beside me, you know. And that effect, I was offered to share my lockdown by two guys, and I'm sure they found in me an entertaining, strong, all of the qualities that Esther read in my face. At the very same time, me, I'd rather went to a different kind of relationship. I wasn't looking for that fun. I was looking for company. And actually, with my virtual relation, let's say virtual flirt, I found that, you know, the possibility to share feelings going through me and going through him in this specific time. Because all that it was our previous life before the lockdown is falling apart. Now is the time for truth. And truth
let's ask you, Fiammetta, because that's all lovely. That's all really, really nice. But let's get to the truth of the matter. Did you fancy him? Just by not being in his presence, by seeing him just a picture on a screen, and just by having that emotional connection, did you fancy him? Were you physically attracted? Does magnetism happen through these pixels?
Well, how could I say? I didn't like his look. I found he was very interesting. He was very, what's beauty? He was not aesthetics. He was consistency. He is consistency. So the amazing thing was that even not being attracted by the physical shape, by the way, he's a handsome man. I mean, he's got a good body, but it happens that in this sharing feelings, this sharing the truth, my body reacted. That was amazing and impressive to me, because my body didn't react to the physical touch, didn't react to the scent, didn't react to the or the genitals.
Yeah.
The genitals. my body my body reacted to the feeling of being deeply understood and deeply accompanied.
That permits you to pause, to relax, to sleep.
I felt, yes, a comfortable, safe,
comfortable pillow you need today.
So I think we might have answered Marco's question.
No more performances, no more
illusions, no illusions, no
man that really can understand you and embrace you as you are. When you come back at home completely, maybe with a lot of things in your head, you need a man, how can I say, with a housewife soul.
However, Esther, back to Marco's question here, it is wonderful to be so emotionally connected that you have the attraction in that way that goes beyond the physical. Though we can't deny, because the whole fashion industry has been built upon it, that showing one's body in its best possible light in order to attract another is a very natural thing, isn't it? It's nature itself. But in nature, it's usually the men that dress up and wear the pretty coloured feathers, isn't it, for the female? Wonder why it's different with human beings. Why is it the women that have to put the makeup on and wear the flashy clothes?
I don't understand.
Why she's asking, in nature, I'm translating here, in nature, it's the masculine of the animals is it's the male who is, color,
okay, now I understand. We can say that if we are thinking in terms of standard of nature, normally a man is square or rectangular, and a woman is round or triangle. Okay, this in normal nature, because the feminine energy is round and the masculine energy is square. So, but this is the standard Adamo and the standard Eve. Okay. But maybe what is beauty? Sometimes it's something that we have learned, is a sort of educational beauty. the beauty today is not the standard beauty recognized in the medieval time, for example. So during the Second War, the women and the men that were very slim was not so attractive because in after the Second War, the men and women that were naturally pretended to procreation was looking for sanity. So for a person that has the full resources in himself or herself. Today, the beauty, the standard beauty is changed. So today, slim is beautiful. So you can really understand that the concept of beauty is something really intimate, and it is something linked to the particular social and historical moment that we are living.
At the same time, I want to ask you something that maybe connects with the question that Marco asked. How come in nature is the man who do the dance and things to attract the woman, to attract the female, and in our life it's the opposite? In our society is a woman who has to dress up and be attractive to conquer a man.
Oh, this is a question of numbers. So we are 7 times numerical more than men.
Okay.
So there is even we can say a natural answer. We are more than men. So it must be more competitive. We have more competitors. Today, every man have. It is said. The men have at least 5 women between to choice.
There's around 7 for every man.
Yes.
And they're growing.
Yes, and they are growing. So, of course, we are not aware of this movement, but we can really feel inside of us this competition.
So we need to clone some good-looking men?
Yes, we could clone some good-looking men. Well, we could
Jason Momoa?
What?
Jason Momoa.
Oh my God! I would please. I know that Esther said that I should look for around, but I would love to meet a Jason Momoa. I would really love.
Oh dear, we've lost Fiammetta now. That's it.
You lost me on Jason Momoa. I love Jason Momoa.
So Esther, these qualities of trust and knowing who we could perhaps even learn to love, what qualities of the face engender trust, or is it very particular to the pairing? Is it are there some general features of trust in a face? And because in England we say if you've got piercing eyes, that's not good, or if your eyebrows are too close together. Is that true?
In partially, yes. In terms of morphophysiognomics, there is no definition. There is just characteristics, because, for example, every characteristic can be defined in terms of plus or in terms of minus. I mean, maybe we are thinking that the force, the strength, is a value plus. I mean, it's something good. But sometimes we need gentleness. So that force, it is not useful for us. We can say you are asking to me to look for trust signs in the face. It's exactly when a person is very fast thinking, is very opportunistic, is very selfish, is like a fox, we can say. His eyes are like a mandorla. How can I say a mandorla?
Almond.
Almond. Okay, they are very seducing eyes. Are that kind of eyes that are not wide open and are not closed. Are, you know,
like a cat. Like
yes, yes. At the opposite, a person that we can trust of has the eyes wide open. So the look, the gaze is not, is open,
yes.
is
You can
clear,
yes.
is observing you. You understand? Because want to embrace you, want to understand you, and want to show you without any trick.
So, as we say that eyes are the windows of a soul.
Yes, but not just the eyes. We are a concert. So if we are fixing our analysis just to one element, maybe we will fail. We are a concert. We have several signs. Maybe you have open wide eyes, but your mouth is like a line. So these are two signs that in terms of trust are opposite. Because a mouth that we can have trust in is wide open as well. You understand? So maybe these wide open eyes are not to embrace you, to really understand who you are, but maybe to observe what can I have from you. So my convenience, you know?
I've noticed that
jealousy, yes. Normally, a person that is very possessive has the eyebrows very attached. Because
that may be the one eyebrow. That
yes,
sign that the man or the woman would be very jealous, very possessive, and that maybe we could get into a suffocating relationship.
Yes, in general, it's a person that doesn't discuss too much. He too.
Okay.
Well, no, Esther, at the moment, men pluck their eyebrows as well. How are we to know? How are we to know that their eyebrows actually do join together here? Because I know men pluck their eyebrows too, don't they now? We're all being fooled.
We are fooled by this.
Yes, we are. This is very interesting what you are saying. Because now today we are looking for masculine properties, masculine characters, but we are looking for even feminine characters. The women that we are today are asking to the men to be aesthetic as well.
Yes, but now that we can be fooled by the aesthetics, because if a man takes this eyebrow away, you wouldn't see that characteristic. So we may
you will see, because this is not sufficient. You will notice all the others elements that will make you do an induction, into intuition that there is something hidden there. Even if it's not more evidence of that ottusity, we can say ottusity. Come si dice ottusità?
I don't know. Ottuso, like
a person narrow-minded. Okay. Okay. For example, Jenny, your eyebrows are very interesting because are talking about research of spirituality, you can see how they are thin, and I tell you something more. The men and the women that are making the eyebrows thin, yes, it is like they want to take distance from their primary energy. So I don't want to show you how strong I am.
How strong I am.
How strong I am.
Okay, I don't want you to see how strong I am.
Yes, so you have not fear. I show you that I am gentle. I show you that I am subtle, that my mind is subtle. But the rest of the face of Jenny tells something different. That she's very strong.
So she's a strong woman.
She's a strong woman.
She's an hypno woman.
She's an hypno woman.
Yeah, she is an hypno woman.
Yes.
Of course, she shows the gentle, the sweet.
Yes.
So that when you are strong hold into her arms, you don't fear anything. Oh my God, Jenny.
And there is something that it's very interesting regarding the eyebrows. Can you remember the Divina Greta Garbo?
Oh,
yes, she was completely raising.
Browless.
Yeah.
Browless.
When we are tining, so making slim our eyebrows, there is a part of us that we want to discover.
Wow.
Yeah, we want to. How can I say? There is a part of me that it's so intimate, so private, that I don't want you to see that. And Greta Garbo disappeared completely from the stage.
You're taking away your expression, aren't you?
Yes.
I'll tell you something interesting, Esther. When I was at college, it was a long time ago. When I was at college,
yesterday, Jenny,
I was told off for plucking my eyebrows because we weren't supposed to wear makeup, etc. And I was told off in front of the class. And I said, but I don't pluck them. They're this. I mean, now I do as an adult, but I didn't pluck them. And she swore that I was plucking my eyebrows and that I shouldn't do it. And it's strange, isn't it? That well, there's also kind of a jealousy as well. If somebody's got a natural quality, I mean, I'm jealous of people that have straight teeth.
Yeah. Yes.
We're all jealous of something,
yes.
And
we can say that people that shows their natural eyebrows are not afraid to show their emotion, are not afraid to show even the inconvenient, la parte sconveniente di sé, the inconvenient part of himself. So I am so sure about me. I am so self-confident that I don't need to
hide.
Yes, to nascondere, to hide.
So Fiammetta, you're leaving us hanging. You're leaving us without completing the story of you and your virtual lover. When lockdown, because lockdown has finished for you, hasn't it? So you finally got to meet. You finally got to meet this virtual lover. All this passion that had been brewing up, all the passion and all the messages, and what happened?
Ta-da-da, ta-da-da.
What happened, my friends? That, like most of the times that we have a wonderful dream and we live a wonderful adventure, we wake up and it was just a dream. So it was just a dream. Eventually, when the lockdown, strict lockdown ended, and it was about time to make it real, to get to meet, finally, to get together, touch each other.
Woohoo!
Eventually get to know the genital type. Well, I'm kidding. Not so much. Not that much. Well, when the time for reality came up, eventually that never happened. Things happened, and life gets in the way, got in the way, and we never got to meet each other. So I guess that sometimes things happen the way we need them to be. And eventually, myself, because, I'm kind of aware of myself, I eventually needed a companion, a soul companion, but just that, in that very moment, just like those guys wanted to be locked down inside me, different kind of company. I was looking for soul company and I got it. But eventually, when, time came for make it real, get physical, it just vanished like, a lovely scent that just goes away.
Everything has its time, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm ready for new adventures. I'm a traveler. I'm a traveler. I'm a soul traveler. So I'm ready to explore new souls, new lives, new adventures. First of all, my own,
So, Esther, who would you choose for her? Who would you choose for Fiammetta? She wants a new man, a new adventure. So she should look for a round face, you think? So she doesn't get cheated on or hurt?
At the moment, it should be better to choose a round face and not so tonic body. I mean, that kind of man that normally so ordinary, so anonymous.
There'll be a lot of excited men watching this. They'll watch you, Fiammetta.
Well, let me tell you something. You were talking about looking for a round face, and I am thinking about what you said about Jenny integrating the male she was looking for. So maybe now I can look for these very round faces and this not so tonic body that's mine, And actually, I'm very happy with myself at the moment. I had a beautiful love story with myself during lockdown, and I am ready to just enjoy that. And
you are a little flame, Fiammetta. And this flame, this light, enlightened a lot of people. Now it's your time. Enlightened. That's why you need a candle. Not una prima donna, we say in Italian.
I don't need any prima donna.
It's finished with prima donna. It's finished with performance men. Now you need really a candle that can enlighten you. It's your time. To do this, you must, for the moment, for just this moment, eliminate all that man that smells of power.
Yes.
Here I am, mate. You are my woman. No.
And actually, I would say this.
Or I take you and I put you on the wall. No, it's finished.
This is interesting because, if I may, the kind of men smelling like power was, you know, that the kind of packaging I was looking for in my previous life. I mean, not my previous life, but a few years ago, before I worked within myself. I I worked on my personal growth and to clear and solve some very deep issues in my life. Now, as a fact, it's incredible because today I am mm, rejecting the kind of man that I was used to be attracted
Yes,
by.
exactly. That's
Today,
why I tell you it's
that kind
finished.
of man is not attractive anymore to me. It's, and that's incredible because I am, you know, experimenting that everything can change when we change. If I work within me, the world outside me and around me changes as well. It's not that I can work to find a better man. I worked inside me, and now the wrong, let's say wrong for me, kind of man I was looking for before, it's now no more attractive to me. So that's interesting.
It's very, yes, yes,
Okay, Esther, we've talked a lot about faces. I'm
yes.
very, very interested in
In
this video
genitals.
that you did about hair. How can
Oh,
hair tell us about a person? And should we ever go for a bald man, or is that just not a good idea for Fiammetta? Do we need
Bold
to
man.
bald, no hair?
Oh,
How important is hair?
no. Okay, we can say yes, maybe bold should be better, but it's not so important. Because the bold is related to a man that has really lost all the superficial things, you know?
oh, interesting. Interesting.
Yes,
Interesting.
I
That
don't need
to me,
anymore to
that
show
that
that
is
I
interesting.
can be, um, I can, I mean, the bold person, uh, of course, always not look just to that element, but look to
Yes,
the whole
the
system.
whole thing.
We think in terms of bold men, is a mature man, is an adult. Children's are full of hair. So
Oh,
maybe we are attracted from men that have a lot of hair, but in fact, that
Like
man
Jason Momoa.
is involved, is children.
Well, I would say that this is a very, very important thing to let our male friends know because men are usually so worried about losing hair, are so concerned about, you know, being bald. Instead, Esther, you were saying that that specific characteristic tells about a man who is mature, I mean, inside, especially, who lost what's superficial, unnecessary.
The ego is gone.
Ego is gone.
So the person
Ego
is
hair.
on the path of essence.
Hmm.
this is very interesting because it's almost the opposite of the Samson and Delilah story in the Bible. You know, that long hair means you have virility and
Strength.
strength as a man. And what about for a woman? Because Fiammetta, you had a terrible trouble with your hair, didn't you?
And
Yes.
Does that
she connected the ego with
The
the
ego
hair.
with the hair.
And that's what happened
For
to me.
example, let's think about a man that really lost his ego, a big bold Gandhi.
Hmm.
Mm.
His strength was not the strength of fighting, was
Yes.
another kind of strength.
Indeed.
I don't need anymore to show that I am elevated.
All right, we've only got 3 minutes left, ladies. What
Oh,
would you like to say to help us English ladies and English men to cope more with love in lockdown? Is there anything that we need to be aware of if we were to do some online dating or just to see somebody's picture? Is there anything that you could advise? Because if you've been through it all and you've come out the other end, is there anything that you would like to say just before we close?
Well, Esther, you go first.
Yes, maybe I can advise you, as all Italians has lived this lockdown before you, dear friend, English friends. Maybe I can advise you to use the silence of this time to hear your voice and really to listen to you. So take a pause in your identity. And this is my advice. When you are working on your identity, your essence, the person that you need for your evolution are after and further coming naturally, without effort.
Exactly. And I would add that this time, this lockdown time, holds within all the darkness and the light of creation. So this is an amazing time to recreate yourself and the world around you. As Esther said, use the silence of this time. First of all, turn off the
Yes, your internal dialogue.
Turn
Turn
off the outside dialogue, the news dialogue, and the inside dialogue, and just stay with the silence of the zero moment of creation, where you can choose what kind of you and what kind of life you want to experiment from now on, because law of attraction says we attract what we are. So we are joy, we are fun, we are love. That is what we are going to experiment once outside the lockdown. Actually, Esther and I are the expression of it. Right outside, during lockdown, we began a lovely project together, and as well with you, Jenny. And right outside the lockdown, this project is growing into something amazing, like the thing we are doing now together. So
that brings me very nicely to asking you guys, where can people find you? How can they be involved with this project? How can we find you on the internet?
Oh, of course, we have a site. We are on socials. You can look for us. We have a page. You can find us on the main page, that is Magnetism and Personality. You can find all of three there, and you can even contact every single of us from the. Sorry, I'm Italian, and now I am really tired.
So you can get in touch with us through the social networks, through Facebook, through our websites, on Instagram. We're live. We are out there, in here. So just talk to us.
And we all do sessions online, one-to-one, we do groups. There's all sorts of ways that we can help people now, because we recognize there's a need, isn't there? A desperate need now to connect with counselors, with hypnotherapists, with all sorts of training that can happen when people are now stuck at home, still in England, and wanting to learn things, and they're a little bit bored. Isn't it just fascinating that you can tell so much about a person by their physicality, and it goes beyond that kind of aesthetic beauty? It's more about the structure of
exactly.
So I'm absolutely fascinated to talk to you both, and I hope we can do this again if you want to.
Yes, of course.
Hope it's the first of many. And so we'll close now, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been wonderful. It's been fun, and I'm absolutely thrilled that you've joined us today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Fiammetta.
Let's say goodbye to and welcome to those who are watching the replay.
Welcome.
Welcome. Goodbye and welcome.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, Bella. Ciao.
Ciao, Bella. Ciao, Bella Jenny. Ciao.